My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 3rd, 2025. It is 1:54 a.m. All right, let me not waste too much time. 4,117 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $99.04. Analytics, okay, 1,094 views in the last 48 hours. I'm not sure which channel I'm gonna put this, so let's check my other channel. So this is APTS Sussex, 4,518 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. Estimate revenue, $123.56. Analytics, 524 views in the last 48 hours. All right, so let's get started. There's a lot of politics that's being talked about, so I'm gonna leave it because I could go off and that will waste all of my time tonight. So I don't want to be recording all night because my husband is working from home tomorrow. All right, so this is the first tweet. The fact that make Elon go away and Trump nation's disgrace and abolish the monarchy are all trending really brightens up my day. Yeah, there's a lot of things that's going on, especially with Canada. There's a sporting event that was going on, and they boo, was it the national anthem for which country? For the US, I think. Where was the game being played? If it was being played in Canada, they were booing America. Okay, so this is why I didn't want to go to politics, because this is by design. Okay, this is by design. Isolate. This is the thing here. Isolate America, and then there's a lot of things that's going on in the background. There's a thread that I was reading. It was just too much. I didn't post it on my community board, but there's a lot of things that's going on in the background. They pretty much robbing the country and then mess up everything, and nobody's doing anything. Okay, so let's read the comments under this here. Yep, abolish the monarchy. Frankly, we're only 3 weeks into this administration, and I'm already tired of the energy that Trump has brought up on us. This can be good considering his term is at minimum 4 more years. God help us if he upends the Constitution and stays in power. All right, let me just leave this alone. So much to say, so much to say. Let me just leave it alone. Okay, so there's another thing that I put on the list, and hopefully I don't say too much on that. This is the one, I think the Black Hawk that went down. Where did it go down? Was it at somewhere? I think that's the one that was in DC, Reagan National Airport. That's that one. Okay, the Army has identified the third crew member in the Black Hawk crash as Captain Rebecca Lobach, right and pick below. Okay, my right or their right, so I'm assuming is this one facing me, and made for aviation. She was absolutely deserving of everything that she accomplished. Rest in peace. My goodness, they so young too. I think this one. Okay, okay, I'm just, oh, you know what, I just wanted to focus on that. If you, since I have it here, if you guys want to read this, pause your screen and read it. Okay, there's that, and then there's this. Okay, all right, it's very sad, very sad. Next tweet. Okay, so this is just to keep you up to date. Okay, so amazing and well deserved, Cowboy Carter. Congrats, Best Country Album winner, Cowboy Carter, Beyonce. Grammy. So she won. There was an image that was put out that when they call her name, the shock, surprise moment of her hearing her name. I should have put that as well. Okay, she was genuinely surprised. I love what her album was able to do for Black country artists. She was shocked. Okay, yeah, she was shocked. Let me see if when I'm editing, if I see it, just look on the screen. All right. So next tweet. Now we are into Harry and Meghan kind of things. Now there's something I might say, and this comes to Invictus. If I remove it, it's part my members might hear it, but I may not put it on all of my for everybody to hear. When you know how the UK wants Harry back. This is the part here. Okay, so that's that. Let me continue with this. I remember the Rangers saying that the money Harry received from the NGN settlement would not go toward his legal costs. What they didn't realize is that NGN is not only paying the settlement but also covering Harry's legal expenses. As always, they got it wrong. I mean, you know what? Let the Rangers be the Rangers. I think I posted that on my community board. Court filings had confirmed Prince Harry and Sun publisher News Group newspapers have made an undertaking to keep the terms of their settlement confidential. This is what I said in some past video. There's some details that probably went in. Maybe he may not be able to write about it in a book, because I did mention it. He could write a book about it. So there might be some stipulation that they had for Harry to settle. But then again, Harry had the upper hand. He could said, you're not going to put a muzzle on me for me not to say what I want to say, but I could keep it out of court. But if I write a book, I'm going to write it. Because he had the upper hand of everything. So if NGN did not want this to go to court, to trial, okay, Harry could say some stipulation as well. Alright, NGN will pay his and Tom Watson's share of common costs, including solicitors and barristers' fees. Okay, News UK admits unlawful activities at Sun and settlement apology to Prince Harry. Yeah, Harry had the upper hand. If they say, okay, we'll settle, meaning NGN said, we'll settle, but you can't say about that. And Harry can say, look, whatever I'm going to say in court, I could back it up. But can you back yours up? So don't put a muzzle on me. I'm going to this and this, whatever the stipulation is. But Harry usually honor his part of a deal. Okay, legal fees estimate to be £10 million. NGN expected to pay. A source tells BBC News that the legal fees are estimated to be £10 million for both sides, and total and News Group newspaper is expected to pay Harry and Tom Watson legal fees. BBC News has contacted both sides for further detail of the financial settlement. They're not gonna talk. If they just made a deal with NGN and then they break it, guess what? NGN could call them to court just for that aspect as alone and say, we made a deal with you and then you broke the term of agreement. Now you need to give us money back and more. I mean, what does BBC expect? Right, the Rangers won't ever be happy unless Harry and Meghan were homeless on the street. Little do they know, all the clicks through on Harry and Meghan article will keep them famous forever. He wanted an apology for how they mistreated his dear mother, Princess Diana, and he got it. Well done, Prince Harry. Great job. For any Harry and Meghan subject, their go-to response is always, it was them. It's on them. It's to them. It's because of them. It's them. It makes me want to scream. Why can't the derangers leave the young royal man alone? What do they want now? Oh God. All right. The amount paid has to be far more than whatever has been paid for it to be kept secret. All right. That's a good example of how they know nothing. Literally, you always sue for damages and legal fees. Okay. They like being lied to. Yeah, I think so too. They prefer listen to the lie than the truth. It's unbelievable. Next tweet. Okay, so there's that. Prince Harry won. To all the reporters that were trying to claim Murdoch didn't admit any wrongdoing because they only talk about private eye hired. Okay, so there's a link here. But let me read the screenshot. Hold on. Okay, the screenshot. The fact that the voicemail interception itself may have been done by a PI, private investigator, rather than a journalist add nothing to the essential of the pleaded phone hacking claim, which is that it was done by a person acting on behalf of NGN. The identity of the individual who did the hacking and whether they were an employee or a third person acting on instructions are non-essential facts. Okay, the same point holds for other unlawful activity such as surveillance and misuse of private information rather than phone hacking, whether the unlawful activity was done by a director or by an employee or by a contractor acting on instruction. It was still the legal responsibility of the publisher. The distinction in the word of judge was non-essential. It did not matter who did it. The liability for NGN will be the same. You know what that remind me of? During the Prince Andrew with, what's the other woman? Virginia Giuffre. When he went to New York, well, Andrew never went to New York, but when his lawyer were talking, trying to defend Andrew, but the judge said, it doesn't matter as long the person said no. Virginia said no to him, but he continued. Okay, that's all the judge wanted to hear. Okay, they could do all sort of things with the Constitution and all of that. That just rang a bell to me here, because there's Trump messing up with the Constitution and the chaos that's going on in the background. I don't know if mainstream media is talking about it, but anyway, so the Andrew did not want to admit anything. All right, he challenged almost everything. He even challenged the Constitution of New York. Okay, so the judge was like, it doesn't matter. All of this thing he's saying is just noise. As long Virginia Giuffre told him no, that was enough for the judge. Okay, so it's almost the same thing here. Okay, it was Rupert Murdoch's company wanting to avoid a public trial and not the cost risk on the claimant, including Prince Harry, that brought this case to its end, by David Allen Green. Okay, so that's, am I following it? There's two person that I follow. Sometimes I get a little bit confused. All right, so I'm here and to the retweet. All right, Rupert Murdoch Company may soon be facing a trial by the public with the forthcoming 7-part ITV drama, The Hack. This is why I said Harry had the ball in his hand. He took it far enough. Now he gave it back to the, how do you call this, the government, to do a second, what's the thing, what's the inquiry? The inquiry. But if the government doesn't want to do the inquiry, guess what? The public can do it. All right, excellent article. Sorry, Harry, could have said no proceed to court, please. But the thing is that he got what he wanted. They apologized to him and acknowledged the fact that, what he said was right. So what else can he do? Go argue with himself in front of a court? I'll go into that in a few. Harry could have said no. He publicly stated many, many times he will never settle and wanted his day in court. But they admit to what he said. I mean, if it was you, what were you gonna do after that? Okay, and Harry gave them what they wanted. What a swell guy. Okay, I don't know. Let's see here. All right, you can be the bloody dumb, or maybe you are. If someone says they did nothing wrong, the court case is to prove whether or not they did. Someone admit fault, you aren't going to take them to court because you have nothing to prove. You moron are so uneducated, it's scary. All right, how does that work when the defendant has admitted liability? What was Harry going to say no to? I did it? No trial? Okay, my God, you people are predictable. The defendant admitted guilt and apologized. Thus, there was no cause of action to take to trial. You are as thick as mints. All right, there was another one as well. This one, probably the same people responding. Okay, have you ever known a trial to continue if the defendant plead guilty? Even in criminal court, if the defendant decided to plead guilty, the only thing left is to sentence them. Why will the judge waste time and money on a trial once the defendant has pleaded guilty? You've wrong. NGN admitted wrongdoing, guilt on Prince Harry, that started when he was 12 years old, also admitted and apologized to him and for his mother, guilty equals sentence. And no, he couldn't. Once NGN admitted all charges, there was no case to try. A bit like there was no case after the Southport murdered pleaded guilty. No trial, just straight to sentencing. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Whew, these people are something. These people are something. Next tweet.